We are live here today on this sad and excuse all of the stuff that's going on in the background. But this is important to be here talking about let's talk. How many of us just talk? How many of us have conversations with our parents, conversations with our friends? I'm talking about meaningful conversations. So I wanna put in the let's talk, and we're gonna talk about problems, issues, and situations. Yeah, I know that's a hard topic for everybody. Nobody want to talk about what's going on, what's really going on. Let's say that. So I came in today for everybody to grab a drink, grab a whatever you. I have some beet juice, celery, and parsley. How you doing? How you doing, BU Apparel? We are live on Facebook Live and also Instagram Live. And I just want everybody just to come in so we can start realize what are we doing in this world we call Earth. That's important. What are we doing? What are we doing? So let's talk. Let's join in for the dialogue. We are here to talk about problems, issues, and situations. I know it's hard for people. A lot of people probably won't join because guess what? They don't want to talk. But guess what? It's about talking. I'm Judah Bernard with the Rise Creating Your Voice podcast. I am the wisdom dialogue and the motivational warrior of the podcast. And I'm just here to have conversation, have dialogue, ask questions, do what you need to do to get whatever it is. It's a Thursday. Get it off your mind. Get whatever you went through today, get it off your mind, get it off your heart. I want everybody listening to this to go to bed comfortable tonight. I want everybody here who's watching right now to be able to sleep tonight without all the problems, issues, and situations that you have on your mind. So, why we named this season, season three, problems, issues, and situations, because we know that we did have a problem, issue, and a situation, which was COVID-19. The pandemic is what I call it. It caused us to be doing different things, living a different way, stay in the house, wearing a mask, washing your hands. And you're supposed to do that anyway, like wash your hands. So for those who wasn't washing your hands before they told you to wash your hands, shame on you. Um, so I'm very advantageous about washing my hands and just trying to be very aware of washing my hands all the time too as well. I've always washed my hands. That's something that I did. But for those who were not washing your hands, especially when you go and do number one, number two, or number five, or six, or seven, shame on you. So they tell us to wash our hands, wear the mask, stay social distance, and things like that. Here is my question to everyone. What did you learn in that process? Or is it still a problem and an issue or situation for you now that we're going back out into the real world? They're opening up things you can eat, and what's the difference that that made? I would like people to know because I know for one that caused a high raise in domestic violence. That caused a high raise in um, mental health. That caused a lot of situations that we have to address. And these are some problems, issues, and situations that people have to address on their own. One reason why I came on was to definitely point out to everyone that you are responsible for your problem, issue, and your situation. I'm gonna be honest with you because this is what Judah does, because this is the truth and transparency moment. Is that we have to talk about why do we blame everybody else for our problems, issues, and situations? I know why. It's an easy cop out. It's an easy thing to say, I'm not accountable for me having my problem. I'm not accountable for me having my issue. I'm not accountable for me having my situation. So I'm gonna put it because the only way I know how is to put it into an analogy and simple terms. Understand you yourself have choices. When someone approaches you with a problem, issue, or situation, you can tell them one, I don't want to hear it, or you can tell them two that you want to hear it, and you keep hearing it and do what they do. So that's the easy part to it. So I know people could be in relationships, people be in different things. Understand you have your own mind too as well. Yep, crickets on the line. Crickets. I know people don't understand that you have your own mind. Is that you're able to think for yourself at times, and sometimes I can say, for unfortunately, I didn't think right all the time, but I made up for those times, and I tried to think positively in a good direction now because basically it's just a lot of things that's going on in the world. I take an analysis of myself. I always take analysis of myself. I analyze my own self. A lot of people should do this, but think about the things that you're responsible for. Think about the things that you're accountable for. If you want to be upset your entire life, keep saying I'm upset. Keep saying that I want to. You they stress me out. No, you stressing yourself out by telling yourself that they stress you out. Once you speak that, they're going to continue to stress you out because you just spoke that over your life, and guess what? They're going to continue to stress you out. That's a problem. That's a big problem and a big issue, but no one's addressing that. A lot of things we go through because we have not figured out the solution to that problem, issue, or situation, or we care not to choose to have accountability or responsibility as well. So, what are you saying, Judah? Own up to your stuff, point blank. Own up to whatever you have done. Own up to whatever you think that you should have done. The important piece is understand that life keeps going and going and going. And it is imperative for us to keep moving forward. What does that mean? It means an important part of it is have accountability for self, be responsible for self. I know a lot of people have children. Okay. You are responsible and accountable for that child, but when that child becomes an age, and then the thing is, you are accountable and responsible, but you're supposed to be supporting and guiding that child too as well. So when that child becomes of age, you're no longer accountable and responsible. When they start, making choices of their own, this is your opportunity to pull back and stop telling little Johnny Blue and little hey Winifred, little Johnny Blue and little Sally Walker to pull back. You don't have to be in charge of your child's life when they're adults. Like once they get 18, it's okay to let them make mistakes. I know a lot of people that want to be in their child's life, a lot of children's life. I tell a lot of my friends, and I don't have children, but I tell them, I used to be a therapist. Everybody know that. I used to be a therapist, and I tell my clients, pull back. You cannot be living your life in your child's life. All the things that you couldn't figure out, parents, stop living in your child's life. You can rejoice in it, but don't put so much effort into it. It's a lot of adults that put effort in their children's lives, and I've seen a lot of mothers and fathers become friends um, of their children. Yeah. Not good. Not good. It's okay. It's okay to have a friendship like relationship, but let's still understand the boundaries. Mother, daughter. Okay? Father, son. Plain and simple. I don't care how old I get. I still honor my father. I still honor my mother. I don't care how old I get. They tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. But that's having loyalty and honoring my mother and my father so that my days may be long upon this earth. But guess what? If they say, "Oh, I think you should do this," no, I'm grown. I'm grown, and it's okay to tell your parents you're grown. I did. Well, let me shut up because I don't want nobody to get slapped. So don't tell your parents you're grown. Just give them a simple way where they can say, "Hey, maybe we need to try something different. I understand that you want to be a part of my life, but let me make mistakes." And when you come to them and say, "Hey, look, this is my life," everybody's gonna make mistakes. I know I did, and I wouldn't be here today if I didn't make mistakes. But then again, some people have the good life and their parents continue to provide and supply and be on them and you know, I'm just gonna say, um, things happen. People turn to other substances and things like that because they don't know how to cope because the parent has been such a what's that word I want to use? Such a dependable, you're codependent on your parent. Yeah, I understand, Winifred, not Caribbean parents. I do understand, but sometimes we have to understand with Caribbean parents because of the culture that we can be a little bit more creative too as well. So that's one thing. Be creative with your parents. Start writing some things down that you might not like, not might like, that you are not in agreeing with them on some things. Because always, sometimes we're not always agreeing with what our parents are saying. So then, like me, I write things down. I write things down. And then I was like, hey, let's have a conversation. And you can have the opportunity to write your things down too as well. So you got to become creative. Because trust me, in the South, they get at you too. They're just like Caribbean parents. Blah, 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 blah. And you'll be like, yo, I'm still growing. I have all my life to grow, but they don't want you in that funk all the time, especially if they see you going down the path that they did. All right, let's have a toast. See, carnival. I'm drinking beet juice, celery, and parsley. Mm-mm. Yeah. The important thing is keeping the accountability for yourself. How many people are accountable for themselves? Yeah, people are quiet now. How many people want to be accountable for themselves? How many people want to be responsible? And responsibility is hard. Let's talk about that. That's a problem for some people. That's a problem. Hey, Liz, Michelle. That's hard for some people that people don't want to be responsible. They don't want to be responsible. They don't want to be accountable. I'm afraid. Oh my gosh! If people know that I got this or this is wrong with me, and I have to tell people this is what it is, what are they going to think about me? They know that I lost this or I did this or things like that. Be okay with who you are. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. So problem number one, problem. How many of us How many of us admit to our problems? Raise your hand if you admit to your problems. Sometimes you got to counteract that you own that problem. But you know what gets worse is when you're trying to fix that problem sometimes and that problem become worse. Mm. That problem become worse. Then what do you do? What do you do? What's the process? What do you say? What do you do after that? Then that problem becomes deeper. It comes deeper and deeper. And the deeper you go into it is the bigger ditch you're digging. This is when you must stop. And most of us, if not all of us, we try to solve the problem in our head. You know what? I'm gonna go with math. Everybody know math? Mathematics? Do you always figure the problem out in your head? No. You write it down. You got to write down the equation because you want to get the answer to the problem. So let's write down this equation right quick. I wish I had my whiteboard turned around so you guys can see it, but I don't. Let's write this equation down. This is a problem. Mother and father wants to get a divorce. Okay? Who do we have? Mother, father. They want to get a divorce. Okay? They're talking about a divorce. But guess what? They also have two children who are school aged in elementary school. So 2 plus 2 equals 4, correct? So let's put a monkey wrench in it. You ready? Mother had that first child before she got met with the father. The father had the other child before he got with the mom. What's the problem? The problem is, number one is they want to get divorced. What are some of the things that's going in their mind? Oh, what we're going to do about the children? What would the children think? And the children, unknowingly, the parents don't know that they kind of like already know that they're going to go through this because it's been touch and go with the mother and the father. So they're already kind of figuring this out on their own. And I think sometimes parents think that children don't understand what they go through, so they don't tell them a lot. But understand by your emotions, by your feelings, and by what you do and your interactions with each other shows. So I'm gonna let the parents know. All the parents out there, they're trying to get a divorce and y'all acting funny with each other. Your children know. Okay? Your children know. Point blank. I'm just saying. They already know you're about to get a divorce or something's going on. Okay? So don't second hand or second guess your child. Your child knows, especially because we are all equipped with emotions, feelings, and things like that. So when the energy is not always there, more than likely something's going wrong. Okay? So we got this problem is that mother really wants to leave father. Mother wants to take her child and leave father with his child. Father really don't want his child, but he want to give it to mother. But it was with another woman. So we got so many problems, so many issues. But then again is, are we going to be less happy about the outcome? Or are we too worried about what would people say or what would happen? Or, oh, my parents told me that we should stay together until the kids are older. A lot of this stuff leads to doom. Okay? So, how can we fix that problem? Number one, that's between those two people. No matter what answer they come up with, it's still their answer to that problem. Would it be the possible best solution? I don't know. That's why I tell people write things down. Start. The best thing I can tell you, like a storyboard, or like they do on NCIS. You know how they do the line from this killer to this to this. Y'all need to do that. Y'all need to do what I call is scenario planning or strategic planning, especially in your relationships. I can teach you how to do that. If anybody want to learn how to scenario plan or strategic plan in your relationship, I can teach you that. Because a lot of you guys need that. I'm just saying. Yeah. I didn't want to stay too long, but I wanted to talk about the problems, issues, and situations because we all have them. Problems, issues, and situations are going to be around us from here until we give up. And the biggest problem that I have is people don't have answers to their problems sometimes. And let me be honest with you, in order to have an answer to a problem or a situation or issue, you have to be accountable. Yeah. Nobody's going to listen to that. You have to be accountable. You have to be accountable that it is your problem. It's nobody else's problem. If you say it's your problem, guess what? It's your problem. You can't blame somebody by coming and telling them that they're your problem. That's not how it works. If there's a problem, then you should always find a solution. Just like a math problem, you have to find a solution. Just like an issue, you have to find a solution. Just like a situation, you have to find a solution. That's just like a common cold. That's just like the pandemic. We had to wear masks. That was part of a possible solution. Did it work for everyone? No. But everybody else had different solutions. Some people go and sniff a pot full of water and lemon juice and different things like that. Everybody had their own thing, but then again, people were in a constantly thinking of how I should not catch this or how I don't want to have it. So that's important. That's important. So in your problems, issues, and situations, I want everybody to remember that number one is you're accountable and you're responsible. Stop. Let me say that a little softer. Halt at blaming everyone for your problem, situation, and your issues. Halt meaning stop. Can't nobody make you mad. You make yourself mad. Can't nobody make you angry. You make yourself angry. Can't nobody make you frustrated. You are frustrated on your own. So I just want people to know that everything belongs to you. That's important. And I want everybody to take an accountability and responsibility for your anger, for your frustration, for everything that you impose upon yourself. That's what it's about. Start taking responsibility for you. I know I'm going to tell you a situation. Um, was it my cousin? Said my kids make me sick. I said, well, describe that feeling. Well, I'm just, see, the operative word just, I'm just. You made your own self sick. Nobody can make you do anything that you don't want to be. So if you saying somebody make you sick, that means you have imposed that feeling upon yourself. So it's no longer a problem. It's your problem. It's your solution. It's your issue. It's your situation. So if you didn't learn anything else tonight, is it's about accountability and responsibility. What does that mean to you? Being accountable for your problem, your situation, and your issue. Be accountable for what you impose on yourself, because no one can impose anything upon you that you don't want them to impose upon you. Do we understand that? Okay, let's say this. Johnny Blow come walking, and Johnny Blow say, "Hey, I like you, Sarah." Well, Sarah say, "I like you too, Johnny." Right there. It is a mutual understanding that they like each other. Now, watch this. Problem number one. Johnny might like Sarah more than Sarah like Johnny. Sarah might like Johnny more than Johnny likes Sarah. Problem. Sarah might have more expectations than Johnny about Sarah. Johnny might have more expectations. Guess what? No one's talking about it. It's still in their mind. They're not saying anything. We need to have conversation about these things. How do you feel about me? Sometimes they don't do that. Be honest with you. They don't do that. Let me tell you what they do. I love you. Let's go to bed. It ruins right there. It just ruins it. It ruins it. I ain't gonna lie. It ruins it. It ruins it. It ruins it. It ruins it. What we should be having is more dialogue and more conversation. And a lot of these people are on here, out here saying what they do and what they don't do. But you don't know what these people do. But I'm a living testimony to what I do. Is saying that I don't. It's not mindful to be in a relationship, but understand to talk about what that relationship looks like. How many of you guys know about everything about your significant other, partner, or whatever? And sometimes they probably still get on your nerves. That means, honestly, y'all still got some learning to do. Uh oh. I done hit a couple nails. But if that's not the case, it's just probably something wrong. Trust could be an issue. The inability to converse or dialogue. Financial reasons, infidelity. Those are probably some of the top ones. Yeah. So I'm just saying we really need to learn how to have dialogue and talk. Um, have a mediator. Hire me. Let me mediate y'all relationship. That'll be fun for me. It'll give me something to do. No, I'm just playing. No, I wouldn't mind mediating a lot of relationships because I think for me that relationships wasn't taught in school, or how to converse, or how to talk, or how to just be present in a relationship. Because we're doing so many other things that that piece is missing. And we have so many other societal things that we've taken up on and behaviors that we've taken up on, which we could become very lost in a relationship too as well. Um, I'm glad to say that I'm not in a relationship. I'm single and I plan on being that way for quite some time. Hey, aka Too Sweet. Whoa, how you doing? But we have to realize that the important thing in life is about being responsible and accountable for everything that we do. That means taking ownership to our own problems, our own situations, and our own issues. If you haven't learned anything tonight, as I close tonight, that um, the important piece is your problem is your problem. Your situation is your situation. Your issue is your issue. No one can impose a problem on you. If they're imposing a problem on you, that's your problem now. And what is your solution in getting out of that issue or situation that they placed you in? Some good things to do is to have a conversation about how you feel or how they made you feel in that situation. So they will be knowledgeable in how not to put you in that situation again. A lot of relationships need to do that. Man, girl, boy, girl, whatever. All these relationships need some type of dialogue or talking so it can be in a peaceful manner. And some people just not equally yoked. I'm just gonna put that out front. So I'm saying that already. Um, are there any questions, any comments? I know I came in on 6 o'clock. I didn't want to be too long, but I want to talk about what's in it for you in these problem situations and issues is taking accountability and responsible for what you brought to that problem, issue, or situation. Most people don't want to. It's a scary situation when we can have our own self accountable. Oh, it's a scary situation. I'll tell people, oh, I made a mistake. That's just what it is. It's a mistake. But have a conversation with me if it was like that. You know what I mean? Um, if there's nothing else, I just want to be on here 30 minutes. Hoping you guys will listen to this again. It's definitely going to be on my podcast. I'm on all social media sites. I'm on Clubhouse, Castbox, Pandora, Podbean. Excuse me. I'm just everywhere. On Monday, we will be having another Facebook Live. We're going to be talking to Miki, which is she has her own trucking company. Yeah, yeah, she is awesome. So definitely, yes, put the pride aside and say sorry. You know what? Don't say sorry. Say I apologize. Don't say sorry because sorry is just what it means. Say I apologize or I didn't mean to do it. What can I do to make it better? Let's put that in. Let's stop saying sorry and say I apologize. What can I do to make it better? Or how can we make this better, especially if you guys are unit? So that's important. That's important. So, like I told you, let me mediate y'all conversations. I love it. I love it. Let me mediate some of y'all conversation. You will see that it will come into like three folds. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that. But sometimes we need to change our dialogue and our language. Yep. Like Anita Baker said, I apologize. Yes. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I honestly true. Because I knew I was wrong. That's why I'm singing this song to you. That's still my girl. Don't leave us, Anita. We need that love in here. Um, any questions? Any comments? I just wanted to come on real quick just to give some words of encouragement, words of hope. But understand that in your problems, issues, and situations, write it down. Stop thinking about it in your head, because guess what? You're gonna make yourself crazy with all that mess in there. Write it down and figure it out, and then keep moving. When is the next topic? I'm just tuning in. The next topic is Monday. I am actually interviewing Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, I'm talking with Miki. She is a truck driver, and she has her own business out of Houston, Texas. So if you have your CDL, look my girl up because she needs some drivers. So yeah, she on fleet. But we're gonna talk to her on Monday, and we're just gonna have conversation. And anybody who wants to be on the podcast, be on the Facebook Live, definitely email me at thetrjudah@outlook.com. Come on, tell your story. Come on, let's have dialogue. Come on, whatever you want to talk about. It's time for us as a United States of America to start having these type of conversations and these type of dialogues so we all can get better as a universe. Because if we all get better, guess how beautiful this world gonna be? The grass gonna be greener. It's just gonna be a lot of things that's thinking. Although we still gonna have some people tagging on or whatever. But what if the masks? Let's say that. What if the masks get better? And getting better is owning up to what you've done and owning up to your account. I don't blame my mother. I don't blame my father for anything. But guess what? At the end of the day, I still have feelings. So I address those feelings that I had. It's not a blame. It's about your feelings. If you felt some type of way in your upbringing, you can talk to people. Just talk to them like, hey, this is how I felt when you did this. I do that too. Let's have those conversations with our parents. I felt this way because you did this. And they can come back and say, well, you're da da da. But we need to have these conversations so whatever those past hurt, those past pains are gone. That's what I want. I want it all gone. I want it smushed. I want it gone into the ground so we can all get better. So learning is getting better, and getting better makes the world go round. Um, I send out motivational text every Wednesday. You can text The Rise, which is one word, to 844-452-4110. Talk about how to forgive people that did you wrong. I'm going to say that in one word, aka too sweet. Forgive them. Do you know how many people did me wrong? I'm going to just keep it real. Do you know how many people did me wrong? All my high school bullies, all my elementary school bullies, all of my but guess what? Look at me. You gotta get better with yourself. It's all about that. It's not about talking about how to forgive, it's to forgive. It ain't like we gotta how to forgive, just forgive. Move on. We're better. If you stay in that, oh, I don't know how I can forgive them. Okay, but Jesus Christ forgave you. Uh-oh. All the wrong we done did in life, Jesus Christ still forgave us. So how can you not forgive your own brother or sister or whoever? Just keeping it real. That's what I do on this type of show. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's that I give you real and I can't be nothing but real, true transparency because the thing is how to forgive. You don't understand all of how I had to forgive those who have hurt me in my past. It wasn't how to forgive, it was to forgive. Ain't no how to it. It's just to forgive. He has forgiven us for all of our wrong, all of our mistreatment, all of our ways we had, doing da da da, bop bop bop. So why can't you forgive your own brethren? That's a problem for me. Ain't no how to forgive. It's just forgive. Have conversation. Is everybody gonna be on your level? No. They said if you go and say, "Look, I forgive you," you good. If they don't still believe, you can say, "I forgive you" again. But at the end of the day, guess what? Once you have executed that forgiveness, your hands are you good. If they don't want to accept it, that's not on you. That's on them. That's just that's the Bible. And if you need some help, sometimes you got to go tell a friend, "Hey, help me out on this." And if they still don't hear you, guess what? That's on them. You've done your job. Stop holding on to stuff. That's why you will never catch Judah upset. I don't. Why? Why hold on to the stuff? No, it's not happening. It's not happening on my watch. It's not happening on my watch. So, any other questions? Any other comments? Remember, I give out motivational text every Wednesday. You can text The Rise to 844-452-4110. This will be dropping on my podcast this Sunday, so I'll put it in podcast form, and I want you to listen to it. So Sunday at 12 noon, you can rehear this with all the music and all the lyrics and all this stuff behind it. I got to do my little that on it, but I will be dropping it again this Sunday. So if you want to re-listen to it, it will be on my on my podcast. And on Monday, we will be talking to McKee, and we're looking forward to hearing from her because she's just an awesome girl, got an awesome story, and she's just on everything. If you have any problems, issues, or situations, why don't you just email the trjudah@outlook.com, and what you can do is talk about your problems, issues, and situations. You don't have to put your name up there. We'll read them. We'll figure them out. Because that's what we have to do. We have to make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Everything. Make sure you invite your friends, aka Too Sweet. It's all about sharing the knowledge. And that's what we have to be a part of, is sharing the knowledge. And that's what life is about, especially when it's good. And I mean, I'm good. So let's share the knowledge. So on top of that, let's just keep moving. Always remember, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell your spouse, heck, tell everyone. I'll see you on the next podcast. And guess what? We'll be talking to McKee on the following Monday, and also we'll be dropping the following Sunday, just a replay of it for those who missed it. So anytime that you missed me, you can always go to www.therise.live, and you can listen to all 52 plus of my episodes. I love you guys. I mean it. I am Judah Bernard, the wisdom dialogue and the motivational warrior of the Rise Radio podcast. And we will see you soon. Good night.